Hello YouTube fans, this is Iterator with another video game review, this time on Final Fantasy XIII-2. Now then, if I were to describe the game in a few short words, I'd have to say it blowed really, really hard. If I were to compare it to another game, I'd say it's a carbon ripoff of Tales of the Symphonia Dawn of a New World, and not in a good way. Comparing it to its original Final Fantasy XIII-1, it certainly improved upon all of the problems with it, making the Crystarium easier to level up, adding Zenny at the end of each battle, and so forth. The battles themselves aren't really much different from the original, occasional live trigger events. Although, I do miss the Eidolons in there. You know, as an example of questioning the character's state of mind, and let's face it, the Eidolons looked freaking cool in battle. As for the plot itself, time travel certainly makes an interesting concept, however, it was way too overplayed, like a wannabe version of Chrono Trigger. Now then, I get these little side ends and all being nice side quests to do, but if you have time travel, make it more like Radiant Historia, where to move forward in the game you have to go back more. Rather, in here you really have the option of doing so, whereas you really only have to go back in time only a couple of moments, and you get the idea. Now then, as for the plot itself, or rather the rest of it, Caius, definitely a badass. Voiced by, I believe, the guy who did Kain Highwind in... what was the name? Oh yes, forget it. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Whatever, it's Final Fantasy fighting game, mismatch of all Final Fantasy good guys and villains. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Anyways, Caius, definitely badass. As for the Chaos Bahamut form, Lightning and the whole Valkyrie armor, also very cool. However, I must disagree with the fact of only having 2 human characters in it, as it doesn't really allow much for plot divergence, psychological effects, etc., save for the time you can have Snow as a guest member of the party, though he really more like a 4th member rather than a controlled 3rd. I missed having Saz's humor, Hope's BSing about the current situation, which of course he doesn't do that in 13-2, as he is much mature and cooler, as he's my least favorite in the 13-1. Now, Snow also like his new outfit. As for Vanille and Fang, Dreams, really, I think that's a little underplayed. And there's nothing else, I believe. Oh yeah. Also, making us hunt down all these tiny little crystals and bid for a crappy ending that says buy future DLC. Really? Just really? Also, we kicked Caius' butt. We deserve to enjoy the great future and blah 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 of no longer relying on the Foul Sea. Simply put, it's basically like the ending of Mass Effect 3, and I know I'm saying this again too much, but whatever. This is Iterator, signing off.